How does anyone get that job?
Fair.
Sex. Welcome to this episode of the 3-Point Play. On today's show, we're going to be talking about the top 5 busts, in our opinion, of all time in the NBA drafts. Guys, not everyone can be a winner. You know, sometimes we get a lump of coal for Christmas. And we're going to do that. We're going to talk about who we think the top 5 worst people to ever be drafted into the NBA. Let's preface this by saying, though, we're talking about high selection picks. We're not talking about, a 60th pick that didn't pan out. We're talking about top 10 guys overall who went in the draft that didn't really amount to much historically in the NBA. I always have to the left of me the amazing Aaron, and to the right, the legendary Jordan. Aaron, start us off. Who's one of your favorite busts in the NBA drafts?
Zev, one of my favorite busts to ever be drafted is Darko Milicic.
Oh my God. Darko. He boxes now, right?
It was MMA.
Oh, it was MMA.
But that career isn't so good for him either.
All right, break it down, Darko.
Okay, Darko was the second pick overall of the 03 draft.
Oh.
He was picked after LeBron James.
Okay.
And he was picked before Carmelo Anthony, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade.
Jeez.
Those three plus LeBron are going to be future Hall of Famers.
We're talking
without
about
a doubt.
4/5 of the banana boat right
exactly.
there. All right, so Darko, what did he do in his career? Obviously,
didn't do anything. He did get a ring. But that's because his team was so good.
Yeah.
But he wasn't impactful on that team at all. And then he wasn't consistent on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't do anything productive to make heads turns to be like, oh, maybe this was a good pick.
Right.
But he just didn't end up meeting his potential.
What was the potential that Detroit was looking for when they drafted?
They were looking for him to be the next great European big man.
Right.
Because he was so raw when they saw him, and they were like, oh my God, he could be
This
the
is
next.
a real athlete, yeah.
Like, we could have this and just be dominant for, like, years to come. But he didn't meet it.
Knicks have the next great European big man. Jordan, let's go over to you. One of your favorite busts of all time.
All right, so my bust is Hasheem Thabeet.
Oh my God, Hasheem Thabeet, the 7-foot phenom.
So he was
Break it down for us.
He was drafted second overall.
Okay.
After Blake Griffin.
Uh-huh.
And before James Harden, who went third.
Uh-huh.
Stephen Curry, who went 7th. DeMar DeRozan, who went 9th. Just think about it. You could have had Stephen Curry.
Oh my God. And they even, there are other players in that draft that are also pretty decent.
Yeah, like Tyreek Evans.
Those were the top picks.
No, those were the top picks, but what happened to this guy?
I don't know. I think they just thought, let's just get the guy who's 7'3". And block shots.
What was it? It was Memphis who drafted him.
That's right. I don't know what they were thinking. They had Marc Gasol there, too.
Right.
I don't know why they needed drafted another center.
That's because Marc Gasol was too busy, getting big boy sandwiches. They didn't really think he'd be able to run up and down the floor.
That's not true. He was solid.
He had that baby fat. He had a lot of baby fat.
Anyway, Hasheem Thabeet's career averages is 10.5 minutes per game.
Yes.
With only producing 2.2 points and 2.5 rebounds.
That's 7-3.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be that hard to get the ball in the basket.
God.
I think he might be a little bit better for this version of the NBA right now. Just getting those lobs. He's tall enough.
Yeah, he doesn't need a game if he were to play now. He just
Right.
need to use his height.
But did not work out
No.
for Hasheem Thabeet, I would say. All right, Aaron, back to you. Second favorite.
Another favorite pick of mine, and it's similar to the Darko situation, but it's going back decades prior. I'm going to go with Sam Bowie.
Ooh.
Man,
He's just unlucky.
you have to understand something. It's pretty impressive to become a buzz, being part of the top 5 draft. Who are the other 4 of Hakeem, the GOAT Michael Jordan, who he was picked prior to, as well as John Stockton and Charles Barkley. Those 4 are Hall of Famers today.
Oh my God.
This man didn't even average more than 11 points.
Jeez.
And he barely played throughout his 10-year career.
Can you imagine if Portland was able to snag Michael
If
Jordan?
Portland had Michael Jordan and Clyde Drexler in that backcourt, they would have been that would have been the dynasty.
That would have been scary.
Nobody would have. Scottie Pippen wouldn't be arguably one of the best small forwards ever because he wouldn't have played with Jordan if that was the case.
That's true. I mean,
The
That's
entire
just bad.
league would have changed because of one person, basically.
it's crazy.
It is crazy.
It really is. And, Charles Barkley, John Stockton. I mean, we still talk about these guys.
Hakeem,
Hakeem. Well, Hakeem came one before him, so I don't.
but still,
It's crazy.
the
It
top
really is.
at the top 5, 4 of them are Hall of Famers.
Mhm.
Tim Bowie's a bust.
Yeah, he played what, like 500 games?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Over 10 seasons, not great. All right, Jordan.
All right. This name has to be said. My next bust is Kwame Brown.
Kwame Brown. Oh, I love Kwame Brown. Please
So,
talk to me about Kwame Brown.
well, Kwame Brown was drafted first overall in 2001.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, Mike.
To be honest, they didn't miss out on much,
Right.
by drafting the next people under him.
Right.
Tyson Chandler was taken second. Maybe you could have went with Pau Gasol, who was taken third.
Mm-hmm.
But this guy's a bumbling buffoon.
He has small hands. He
Yeah.
can't play the game. If you haven't watched the Stephen A. Smith rant on Kwame Brown, I recommend it.
Kwame Brown is gone. The City of Angels, Hollywood, just should be celebrated. Throw a parade. This man was a bona fide scrub. He can't play. The man cannot play the game of basketball. He has small hands. He can't catch the ball. He's got bad feet. He can't really move. Doesn't have a post move that he puts to memory that he can do 2 times in a row. He has no game whatsoever. Plays no defense.
But Kwame Brown, you're right. It wasn't a fantastic draft, but it had a lot of players who played a lot of years.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony Parker, Richard Jefferson, Gerald Wallace,
Jason Richardson.
Zach Randolph. There's a lot of players in that draft. Maybe not Hall of Famers, but real talent. And going first overall and not being able to average more than like 8-9 points a game.
Well, I actually have it right here.
Please.
And it's even worse than Hasheem Thabeet. It's 22.1 minutes per game, while only averaging 6.5 points and 5.5 rebounds. How?
Crazy. And he played for 11 years. 11 years. Teams thought it was a good idea to have him on his team. It's insane.
I know Kobe hated playing with him.
Oh, I was so happy when he got Pau Gasol. He said it in the press conference. It was hilarious. Okay, so my guy hasn't been in the league for many years, but he's someone that we've all learned to know and see how big of a bust he is, and that's Anthony Bennett.
Oh my God.
Just the wrong guy to draft at number 1 for Cleveland. I don't know what they were doing there.
They thought they were going to get a good 2-way player, but that didn't work out at all.
He's not even a good one-way player.
He's not even a good player.
At the time,
period.
I can't believe I actually liked the pick.
You
I
like the
did-
pick?
I like the pick.
I
Why?
didn't
How
like
did-
the pick when it happened.
I was at that draft. I was confused.
I think they should have.
You had what? Michael Carter Williams.
You had Oladipo.
You had Oladipo, who
You
went
had
second.
Nerlens.
You had Giannis.
None of those
Which-
players are very...
But no one
Yeah,
knew
Giannis.
Giannis,
Yeah,
but he
but
was
no
taken-
one knew Giannis was going to be.
He's taken
this big.
15th
but
overall.
no mock drafts had Anthony Bennett going.
No, I think I honestly, personally thought back then they should have drafted Nerlens Noel because that would have been the safe pick.
He was the safe pick. He dropped to 6, but that's because of the injury.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Anthony Bennett, jumping from team to team, he couldn't even make it on your Nets. He couldn't even make it on your Nets.
Quincy Acey.
Oh my
Quincy Acey.
God.
What does he average? Like 4 points a game, Anthony Bennett in his career? It's atrocious.
I don't know. But now he's in Fenerbahce, so he's good to go.
All right, well, I think that'll end it for us here. That's the top 5 picks that we would say are some of the most ultimate busts in the NBA.
Oh, they're definitely busts.
As always, please like, subscribe, follow us on Twitter, and let us know if you missed anyone that you think is just an all-time bust. Thank you.